Okay, another vintage cube here for us. This one is not Supreme anymore, so we're back to the regular old draft decks. A lot less broken, a lot more interaction. Less solitaire, more go fish, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's jump right into the pack. So this is going to be drafting with 7 other people, 8 people total. You know, you get 1 pick per pack. And you actually get to read signals and whatnot. So let's just jump right in here. And I think Channel is the clear standout card to me in this pack. A bunch of other good cards, though. And one of the new cards that they added was the Opposition Agent. That was in the Supreme Draft as well. They actually took out Hull Breacher for this format, which I kind of find funny, as Hull Breacher was so much better in the Supreme format, but they decided to take it out of this regular vintage cube format as well, so we won't be seeing that card. Anyways, Jace is good, 2 dual lands, Preordain, Mana Leak, Dimir Signet, but I think Channel is going to be my easy pickup, and from there we're going to look for some nice ones to hit, including like Emrakul, the Promise End. I'm a big fan of Emrakul. I've talked ad nauseum about how mind control effects are just so good. And this one comes stapled to a 13/13 Flying Trampler. The nice thing about this Eldrazi is that the new Emrakul, the Promised End, is, you know, just castable even without something like a Channel. Oftentimes you can cast it for like 8 mana later on in the game or something like that. I think a secondary consideration would be like the Findhorn Elf. If I want to cut off the green signal really hard, that would be a fine choice. We do have Kiki-Jiki and Splitter Twin in the same exact pack, so if we wanted to take like Twin here, we could try to wheel the Kiki-Jiki. That would be another consideration, but I'm feeling kind of green. Why don't we take the Elf here and see what happens? Beautiful. And now we have like a Craterhoof Behemoth, Ulamog, Bribery. There's the Zealous Conscripts to go along with the Splinter Twin and the Kiki-Jiki we just passed, but I think here I'm going to go with the Hoof. I want to cut off the green signal super hard, and there aren't too many decks that want a card like Ulamog. You know, you have the Sneak Attack deck, the maybe Oath of Druids, but that doesn't get heavily played. The Show and Tell deck, that doesn't get heavily played. So there's a small possibility we wield at Ulamog here, but I think the Craterhoof Behemoth is a harder card to get, a harder type of card to get, and it's going to be a lot better overall with what we're doing. Follow-up, pretty weak pack as far as Vintage Cube is concerned. Him is probably the best card. For me, we can take like Gargaroth, which is fine, although not amazing or anything. That being said, there are a lot of decks that will fold to the Gargaroth, but some decks don't even care about it. I think it's still the pick here for me. Otherwise, stay open and take the Him, but let's just take the Gargaroth for now. And similarly, not too much else here for us except for this Fauna Shaman, which I'm fine taking. Not really getting any huge signals, like there's a land here, a Godless Shrine, which is fine, but nothing too fancy. All right, and there we go. So we saw both Ulamog and Kozilek in this pack 1. Actually, we saw Emrakul as well, just not the original Emrakul, the one that you want with Channel. But going to be hard to pass the Kozilek here. We want to make sure we get at least one good Channel hit. We are passing a Windswept Heath and a Questing Beast, but that is fine. Okay, we have a Whisperwood Elemental, a Recurring Nightmare. That could be interesting. Wall of Blossoms. I'm actually going to go with the Recurring Nightmare now. We've passed a few good black cards, and Recurring Nightmare with like a lot of the mana dorks that we're going to end up with, especially with Fauna Shaman already, is pretty solid. I think we passed Survival already too. I'm not sure if that could wheel. But let's take the Recurring and see what happens. Yeah, and now we can take like Brutality. Man, Brutality is a fantastic card in this format. I'm just wondering if I want to take the Mirari's Wake as like a secondary way to hardcast the Eldrazi Titans, but I think I'm going to go with Brutality. I think the card is just very, very good. Okay, but we did wheel the Breeding Pool, which is kind of a surprise. There's a Ramunap Excavator here as well. Storm potentially open with the Yawgmoth's Will. I'm going to take the Breeding Pool. Definitely has the highest upside. And I am rather fond of green and blue. Like maybe we open an Opposition or something in the second pack. start taking some more mana dorks. You know, and by taking the pool, we open ourselves up to getting like a Leovold, or, you know, if we open Time Walk or something like that, we can pretty easily splash. The only card that might be a little bit weird in this deck right now is the Gargaroth, but everything else looks like it's pretty on theme. So far so good. Oh man, pretty nasty here that the Splinter Twin and the Kiki Jiki both wheeled. So whoever's going to do that, if they do end up taking one of them late. Actually, I guess they can't get both anymore, can they? Well, this was clearly open and something that, you know, probably would have ended up pretty good. But, I mean, we wheeled the Emrakul, so we can't be upset. I think this might have been the Ulamog pack, so we might be fighting with somebody else for some of that nonsense. But, I mean, we picked up Kozilek and Emrakul. I'm not too upset with where we are. Let's just take the land in case. End up playing a little bit of white. The nice thing with Emrakul, this one you can reanimate. You won't get any cast triggers or anything, but it is a card you can bring back, unlike the other Eldrazi, which you need Corpse Dance or Shallow Grave with. Okay, a few last pickups here. There's an Burial Rites, whatever. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of white in our sideboard now. We have the Stirring Wildwood, Knight of Autumn, Unburial Rites. Unburial Rites a little bit cute with discard effects, as then you can flash it back for cheaper. Yeah, we did get the Questing Beast back. Although, funny thing is, Sling Gang Lieutenant, as weird as it is in Vintage Cube, actually very good with Recurring Nightmare, but we'll take the Questing Beast. And hey, Wall of Blossoms, another fantastic wheel if we're going to do the Recurring Nightmare route, so happy with that. Okay, pack 2, pick 1. Good cards here. Sphinx, Identity, Time Spiral. Identity's probably the best card in the pack. Maybe followed by Time Spiral. Then we have like Mindslaver and the Sphinx. There's a Volcanic here as well. Regrowth, Terastodon. For this deck, I think... It's kind of awkward, actually. Because Time Spiral would be very good in this deck. And not really locked into playing the black cards. Channel Time Spiral going off. If we can find like a Gaia's Cradle with Time Spiral, it's pretty good. I think the Cradle has the highest upside, so I'm going to take it here. Yeah, I'm not losing out on very much, if anything. Okay, next pack. Again, this really doesn't have much. I think we'll be taking the Course of Portal, another fine card to cast off of Channel, and some relevant and necessary card draw for a green deck. Seems okay. Passing a Probe, a Predator, a Venser, but colorless card draw. Can't really go wrong with that. Treachery, Mesa, LED, Harmonize. Lily also there as well if we wanted to stick to the green, but I think Treachery is good enough that we'd take it here over the Liliana. Tireless Tracker and a Reanimate now. Okay, I mean, I haven't really seen too many ways to discard cards. I did just pass that Lily, but like we haven't seen Entomb or anything like that. The safe play is just to take the Tracker or the Basalt Monolith. The greedier play is to take the Reanimate. I think I'm happy taking the colorless ramp here and see what we get. Okay, and Elves of Deep Shadow now. That's going to be fine if we don't end up running black, and it's going to be quite good if we do end up running black, so I think that makes sense to take, especially since we have the Craterhoof Behemoth and we're looking for some more early game creatures. Another kind of interesting pack here. I don't think we want the Primus, but the Academy Ruins is a consideration, especially if we... Like, it's a consideration because we could wheel that Mindslaver. So I'm not losing really anything here, and the upside is there, so I think that makes sense. Pretty easy Courser of Crufix for me. Passing a Tarko would be good. Ballista would be okay. Courser's just fantastic, though. Not too much going on here. I've never been a huge fan of Carnage Tyrant. I think it's better off as like a sideboard card. If anything, we might just want to take like the Phyrexian Rager for the black. Another good card with Recurring Nightmare. We'll see. Pretty open right now as far as what colors I want to be in. Okay, I mean, we did get the Mindslaver on the wheel, so Academy Ruins Mindslaver is another infinite lock. You need 13 mana for it to go off, but that's not the craziest thing in a green deck. Wield a Pulse seems good. Sideboard Relic seems fine. Ashen Rider for maybe the Reanimate deck. Yeah, I mean, in theory, we could also just be in straight up Sultai. It still feels like the blue is better than the black here, especially now that I've got the Mindslaver to go with the Academy Ruins. But again, this is really just staying super open to any of these strategies. Welder's insane with Mindslaver if you can get that going too. Could be that we just splash like Recurring Nightmare and Maelstrom Pulse, depending on how the third and final pack treats us. And it's going to treat us with a Mind Twist to start. Okay. Mind Twist is probably too hard to pass, especially with ramp. Solemn, Cultivate, Hissing Quagmire, even Gilded Goose would be okay, but I'm going to have a hard time passing a Mind Twist. It doesn't technically win the game, but often enough, it just wins the game, so to speak. Strip Mine, Marsh Flats, Fast Bond, Selesnya Signet, Inquisition. Okay, I'm going to take the Fast Bond here. We have the Courser to combo with it. I also have Time Spiral, if we can get that going. It's not super great right now, but it like when it hits, it's gonna hit nice. Okay, there's the Leo too. Shoot. So Leo versus Caryatid. Do I want to just go straight up Sultai? Or do we want to play it safe and take the Caryatid? We could still be Sultai if I took Caryatid. In fact, it would obviously help with the fixing. It's just Leovold is so strong that I'm wondering if we want to take that here instead of the Caryatid. I think the Caryatid is too important. The fixing is so nice. The ramp is so nice. Finale is very good with Channel. Phantasmal Image is solid. Rex Sage is always going to be good. Gonti's great with Recurring Nightmare. I think here I'm going to take the Gonti and try to wheel the Finale, perhaps. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking of just cutting the blue cards, even cutting the Academy. We can still run the Mindslaver if we want to, but odds are I might be cutting that as well since we already have the Emrakul to go along with it. We'll see, though. Like, if I keep getting cards like Underground Sea, maybe there's a world where I want to play that still. Casualties of War is interesting. Dryad of the Elysian Grove is interesting. Yeah, it just feels like the blue is just not going to get there. And I don't really want to waste any more picks on blue cards. Chalice, Dryad. I think Casualties probably wheels, and I don't even know if we would play it anyways. Channel into like a large Chalice is kind of funny, but yeah, let's just take more ramp here. Seems fine. There's the Crucible of Worlds as well for that Strip Mine and Fast Bond we have. So we have a Biogenic Ooze or a Turn Timber Symbiosis. I guess at this point we'll just take the Turn Timber. Land and Spell seems good. Sakura Tribelder over Garrick or Bone Shredder is also pretty solid. Thragtusk is amazing with Recurring Nightmare. The question is it better than Vraska? Yeah, I think so. Damn. We wield the Cultivate, we wield the Solemn, we wield the Quagmire. We have enough playables now, so let's just take the land. I mean, I would love both Solemn and Cultivate here, we just don't need it. And I'm thinking here what we're going to do is cut this Wall of Blossoms and just go like this. Now, as far as Vintage Cube is concerned, maybe this is a little bit underpowered, but it does have some very, very strong cards and synergies available to it. Right, if we can get Recurring Nightmare online with like Thragtusk or Gonti or even Rager, that's going to be a lot of good value. Yeah, I kind of dig it. It's not super busted by any means, but it's got cards and can do things. Hey, Avenger of Zendikar, also a pretty decent card to go along with Recurring Nightmare if we wanted to do that. Does that replace something is the question. Maybe. Heck. Shallowgrave, Liliana, Taiga, all potential considerations. I think Lily probably makes the deck. Okay, there's the Dryad and the Casualties on the wheel. I'm not sure. I guess we'll take Casualties for the board, because I don't think the Dryad without playing the blue is going to really be worth it. Now the question is the Fast Bond worth it? The majority of the time, Fast Bond is going to be pretty weak. Could actually see that being a cut as well. Like, great with Courser of Kruphix, but with everything else seems maybe a little bit too much of a stretch. Let's get an Omnath last pick. I mean, we have some wiggle room in our sideboard for sure. Yeah, I think I just end up cutting the Fast Bond. Again, it is fantastic with Courser of Kruphix, but we don't really have another way to manipulate the top of our library. So I think we're going to run it like this. Let's see, that wants 5 swamps. Yeah, that seems fine. Maximize our green sources here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 green. I mean, I can probably go 11-7. All right, I mean, it kind of looks like a Legacy Cube deck, but if we play against any of the more fair decks, then I think we're going to be in decent shape. So let's go to round 1 and see how we do. All right. Round 1 here of the Vintage Cube. On the draw with, I mean, a good enough looking hand. Not doing anything completely busted here, but it's got lots of early plays. Uh-oh. Speaking of busted things, our opponent with a turn 1 Mox and a turn 1 Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Off to the races we go. Ooh, and it's an Umezawa's Jite that they up and tutor for. Not ideal for us. We are still going to play out the Findhorn Elf turn 1. But we are going to have a little bit of a rough time in the face of the Jite. I think what I'm probably going to be doing here is Brutality, kill the Stoneforge, and take a peek at their hand. As they have a Legion's Landing. Yikes, yeah, that's no good for us. Because now that means they're going to have a creature on the battlefield regardless of if I kill the Mystic. They're even attacking. I guess they're just going to hard cast the Jite. Yep. That's too bad. We do have a Courser of Kruphix now, though. Huh. Well, I guess it's better just to play the Courser, because even with the Jite, they won't be able to kill it. So they, like, equip their vampire attack. I block with Courser. They then kill my elf. It has 1 counter on it. Then I can Brutality the Mystic. That's not too shabby for us. So white-based creature deck. Well, I mean, it looks like Casualties of War would already be fantastic here. Artifact, enchantment, creature, land, right? As they play a fast bond. Oh, sorry, not a fast bond, a Kythian. So that's probably the card I'm going to need to Brutality. Wow, and a Goblin Guide. Okay, so they are full-on red-white aggro. They could actually transform their Legion's Landing here by attacking with 3 creatures. And they have a Mox Sapphire? Okay, so they get to equip the Jite. Man, what a turn for them. I mean, they're on the play. They have 2 pieces of power. So we'll just block the vampire. They can't kill my Courser if I block this. And this makes them invest 2 more mana later on. I'm going to guarantee they kill the elf here. Yep. I don't think I have a way to kill the Jite, though. Let's play the land off the top. I'm going to go ahead and 2 modes here. I'm going to look at their hand instead of gaining 2 life. Let's kill the Kythian. Discard a swamp. And it is a Caracas that they have left in hand. Okay. I guess I might as well attack. I'm not blocking. If they attack with the Goblin Guide, at the very least, I get to draw the forest that's on top of my library. Let's take a peek here real quick. I have a Maelstrom Pulse, which can kill the... Okay, I have a Maelstrom Pulse, which can kill the Jite. So Goblin Guide's going to draw me the land. There's another land underneath it. They're going to get 2 more triggers of the Jite. Oh, they played a basic Plains. They didn't play their Caracas for the turn. Looks like. Yeah, okay, so we know they have a Caracas in hand. Another land on top for me, which we will go ahead and play. Recurring Nightmare. Okay. I guess we're going to draw that one. And another land on top. Yeah, I mean, if I can find Maelstrom Pulse for the Jite, then we are looking real good, but until then, the Jite is going to kind of just farm me. Ah, Strip Mine as well. All right, I mean, that means they have that Caracas still in hand, so it's not the worst case scenario, but kind of annoying. And another land on top. Alright, I'm just going to put the Rager on the Goblin Guide. They can use the Jite to give it minus... Oh, they didn't. Huh. Why didn't... Oh, I guess they're just going to kill the Courser? No, they could still have done that. Very strange. They could have saved their Goblin Guide and killed the Courser here, so that's good for us that they kind of messed up. Alright, the land for the turn. Let's play the Steve out. They forgot to make a token. Alright, I mean, opponent making some minor misplays, but hey, every point of damage missed, every small micro decision that's an error builds up for sure. Like here, what they should do for sure is target the Jite on the Sakura Tribe Elder, because now they're letting me block. So now I'm taking away 2 counters from the Jite. So again, another small micro error from the opponent, which again hopefully builds up and puts me in a position where I can potentially win. Okay, Gonti's a good draw. They do have Caracas, but we get to take a look and maybe find like a disenchant. Oh, strange. Nahiri doesn't actually kill the Jite. So I guess I'm going to take the Renin 6, play it out, and ping the token. Next turn we get to turn Timber Symbiosis. And the biggest issue now is the Caracas, right? My 2 biggest hits for Symbiosis are Emrakul and Kozilek, which Caracas just bounces. Okay, they're attacking with both. I'm going to go ahead and block the Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, and they're going to use the Jite to finish off the Gonti. You know, this isn't looking too bad. Like, let's go ahead and cast that Turn Timber now. Maybe we hit Thragtusk or something. No, we didn't. Ugh. I guess I just have to take the Caryatid. And let's kill the Vampire. Caryatid is okay because it gets big from the Turn Timber, and it also is hexproof. So now I can Recurring Nightmare back Gonti and whatnot. Okay, they equip the Jite. They're attacking. All right, fine by me. Go ahead and add 2 counters, but we're keeping their creature board clear now. Hey, and Emrakul off the top. We have 4 card types in our graveyard. 8, 9. Perfect. Now, obviously, they can just Caracas the Emrakul, but that doesn't really matter. Oh, they conceded. Okay, perfect. Because what we were going to be able to do is like use all their counters on their Jite and whatnot and kind of go off from there. Whew. Again, small micro decisions adding up. So they have Renin 6 Strip Mine. That is slightly problematic, potentially. I wanted to bring in, what, the Casualties of War here? That seems right. Knowing that they have Caracas, I think I'm a little bit less interested in having Kozilek in the deck. Emrakul is still good, and I'm still going to keep the channel, but I think the Kozilek maybe now can be a cut. And yeah, go to game 2. Okay, pretty fantastic hand here, game 2. Versus what they're doing anyways. Like, versus a lot of decks, it would be a good hand. It just, they would wreck us. But versus like a red-white aggro deck, we go turn 1 Fyndhorn Elf off of Forest, turn 2 Quagmire Caryatid, turn 3 Gonti, and then easy peasy. Mother of Runes turn 1 versus my Fyndhorn Elf. Let's just hope that they don't have their Jite again. Or a fantastically busted start with all of their mocks. Okay, land and pass. We will accept that. Would be okay not to draw any more lands. 2 lands after keeping this hand is slightly awkward, but hopefully Gonti can find something juicy for us to steal. Oh, like for example, if we can steal their Jite with Gonti, that's probably like game over versus what they're doing. Okay, strip mine. That's fine though. We already played 2 mana dorks, so them stripping my Quagmire, while annoying, is not really doing all that much. And it looks like they're just going to play out a Direfleet Daredevil to start getting a little bit of pressure on the board. Wow, 3 lands in a row. All right, Gonti, give me the Jite. Although I guess Jite versus Mother of Runes doesn't do anything. Omnath? Hey, now, wait a minute. Okay, Omnath is going to be great. Remember, Gonti lets you cast with any mana. So next turn we get to go Gonti, Omnath, draw a card, play a land, gain 4 life. Not terrible. Not at all terrible. Thank you. Draw a card. Portal's not bad. Let's gain the 4 life. Let's play another dork. Okay, feeling pretty good here. What's our best draw next turn? I guess Turn Timber into Craterhoof would probably win. Ooh, Recurring Nightmare, another pretty spicy draw with Gonti on the battlefield. In fact, what I could do is chump attack and start chaining the Gonti, but I think for now we're just going to get the portal online and pass. If they're going to go land pass, this definitely favors me. Like, they're the aggro deck. I'm sitting at 28. I'm going to be drawing 2 cards a turn here. I don't want to just play the Recurring Nightmare. Usually this is correct to just hold in your hand to play around ways to kill it. Because using Recurring Nightmare returns it to your hand as part of the cost. So if the opponent has like a disenchant, they don't actually get to kill the Recurring Nightmare unless you play it and don't immediately use it. GG's. All right. Yeah. The opponent had a more aggressive deck, and they really just needed to start off fast, and so we kind of just overwhelmed them there. Okay, here's round 2 of the Vintage Cube, where once again we are on the draw. Never lucky. This hand needs to draw a channel pretty badly, but definitely can't mulligan a hand with turn 1 dork, turn 2 dork. Spirebluff Canal and a Swamp from the opponent, who duresses and sees a hand of no duressable cards. That's right, opponent. My deck is mainly creatures. We'll play the Caryatid, we'll attack for 1. I guess that's not even true. I don't think our deck is mainly creatures. We just don't have any non-creature spells. Whenever I see Grixis, I usually think Storm, but they could just be a control deck of some variety, of course. Coalition Relic, yeah, that doesn't give us any more information. So, I think we want to pulse the Coalition Relic instead of playing Questing Beast this turn. Because that puts them up from turn 3 to turn 6 instead of turn 3 to turn 4. Right? Because if they have a land in hand with the charge of the Relic, they would get to 6 mana. So, a lot of really scary 6 mana cards in this format. Any of the Titans I wouldn't be able to beat for the most part. But more importantly, if we let them play something like a Citadel, a Yawgmoth's Bargain, those are cards that Pulse could kill, but not before they could likely do a lot of damage. So I think pulsing the mana source there makes a lot of sense. As they have a Duretti Spaghetti. That is kind of awkward. They know I have a Questing Beast in my hand. So we get to attack them and then kill the Duretti with the Questing Beast trigger. Yeah, I'm not sure if they meant to do that or if they thought they could block, but him away my 2 lands. They know I have Kozilek left in hand. That's kind of funny. I was fully expecting to draw Channel there, but I mean, hey, if they don't have anything, Questing Beast is a viable route to victory. This is vintage, but Ashiok, that's kind of annoying. They hit my Craterhoof, Liliana, and a land. We will be able to kill Ashiok in potentially 2 turns, depending on what they have here now. If they have a way to kill Questing Beast, then we're like definitely losing. I guess I'd rather have the Caryatid, because I'm not really attacking into the construct anyways. Oh, and Strip Mine, sure, that's whatever. All right, I mean, they're Hellbent. We'll attack them for 4. Hits the Ashiok for 4. Like, they need to find something. And if they don't find something this turn, then we take off their only relevant card. They hit my Fauna Shaman, Mind Twist, and Symbiosis. And, I mean, that Chalice was a great draw. Like, now we get to hit them to 2, kill the Ashiok, and with a land, we get to hardcast Kozilek next turn. So even if they now find a way to kill the Questing Beast, like, Kozilek is just around the corner. Uh-oh. Okay, that's actually terrifying. This means that they could top deck Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin and just win the game. So let's hope they don't find one of those cards off the top. I mean, I'm not going to concede. They have to play the Splinter Twin. So they kill the Questing Beast. Okay. They get to chump the Thragtusk. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow! I actually can't cast either of these cards. We're one off both of them. That's nuts. Oh, that's absurd. Good double block here, by the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my gosh. One land. Femoral pass. Okay, we can beat that. Okay, I mean... we hit the Kiki Jiki. Funny. Sure. Yeah, Kiki Jiki's good enough. Kiki Jiki gets in for 2. All right. All right. Combo, combo, combo. I thought they were storming, but they're comboing in a different variety. Do I want to bring in Mindslaver? Mindslaver is usually pretty good versus their style of deck. Thragtusk probably not super needed, although Thragtusk is better than Gargaroth with Recurring Nightmare, but I think we can probably cut that. I'm not going to bring in the Casualties of War here. I think we just want to bring in the Mindslaver. Okay, here's game 2 of the second round. And 5 lands, Sakura Tribe-Elder, Emrakul is probably not something I can really keep. Okay, this is a better 6. We'll pitch the Mindslaver and keep this green creature curve. Kind of an awkward hand, but what are you going to do? Ooh, as they play a Mox Pearl and nothing. All right. Well, we could lose next turn, in theory, if they go the Deceiver Exarch into Twin. 3 mana. Is this Mind Twist for 2? This is. All right. They hit my Courser and my Questing Beasts. But they missed a land drop. Let's just go grab a Swamp here so we can Rage next turn. But they hit all of my action, so... They have nothing but spells in their hand, and I have nothing but air. Kind of problematic. Okay, that does stuff. I think what we want to do here is just immediately grab Questing Beast if this resolves. Start clocking them. Ooh, green-black Questing Beast is kind of cool. What is this, a Kolagon's command? Kill my Lily, make me discard a card. I'm pretty good at calling shots, let me tell you. I've been around the block a few times. Four mana. Maybe a Metamorph? No. What is this? Another X spell. Ah, Rakdos' Return. Okay. No big deal there. I pitch my Caryatid. I draw a Pulse. I'm actually going to immediately kill off their only mana source. Or rather, sorry, one of their mana sources since they're stumbling on lands. And they've made quite a few weaker plays the last few turns. So it's very possible that killing the Mox Pearl really puts a damper in their plans. I mean, that's unfortunate, yes, but what are you going to do? Like, if they didn't draw Prismatic Vista there, they basically just lose. All right. And now we wait. Best draw is, I think, Emrakul. But Craterhoof Behemoth would be okay. Swamp is not very good. I guess we just play it out so that if they have another discard effect, I don't lose a land. Man, they have 5 cards in their hand. Presumably 4 of them at least are spells. Wonder what they're stuck with. Make me sack. Yep. All right, monolith gone. Oh, what perfect timing for them, because that was 10 mana that I had with the monolith. Holy smokes. Okay, we can still cast Emrakul if we draw her. Okay, that is also probably pretty good. All right, let's see if we can fade the combo. And they do have the twin. Damn. That'll work. Not much I could do there. All right, let's just run it back. They've got some good interaction, but if we can get one of our haymakers down early, or just get like Mind Twist off, I think we'll be okay. Alrighty, game 3 of round 2. And we've got a good hand. Hopefully they don't have their turn 1 duress, because I've got a turn 2 channel Emrakul here. Please, please no duress. One time. Just play your tap land. Please. Let me do the dream. No plays? Okay, that's still good enough. And no other plays, but hey, turn 2 Kozilek, can you beat it? I even have the turn 1 elf, so if they have Angrass Rampage, I just sacrifice the elf instead of the Kozilek. Kind of funny. Kitesail Freebooter, that ain't gonna cut it. And that's what we call a bingo, bango, bongo baby. GG. No permanence for you, OP. I apologize. Also, take 13. All right, let's see if we can pull off a 3-0. And here's the final round of this Vintage Cube draft with a pretty fair deck, all things considered. On the play here, nice for game 1, where we get to go turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Courser, or turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Basalt Monolith. Again, a very fair looking hand, but well, as the previous 2 rounds have shown, might be good enough. Looks like the opponent might take a mulligan here. Yeah, all right. Mulligan to 6. Either considering going down to 5. What'd they try to do? Find my stream? Saw that I wasn't online. Tricky, tricky. You know what we haven't done yet? We haven't Craterhoofed. How about we get one game where we get to hoof somebody? Unless I draw something fat next turn, we're probably just going to Courser turn 2. Alright, no more land would be nice. Well, they can't spell peer this, but if they grab an island, they can daze? Oh, okay. I'm a little bit surprised they dazed, but obviously it's not a bad play. Skull Clamp. And we drew another land. My gosh. Really good at drawing my mana sources here, if nothing else. All right. Well, let's go to Quag Beat Downtown. At least now if we draw one of our Eldrazi, we can easily cast it. My hand is not doing me any favors, though. Oh boy. So we've drawn 3 land in a channel? Is that right? Ah, are we just gonna get Pestermited again? Feels like it might be. Feels like we might just get twin comboed again, eh? So it goes. I mean, our draws have been abysmal. If they have it, they have it. I wonder if they're just gonna Skull Clamp, though, if they don't. 4 mana. Elspeth. Oh, Elspeth Skull Clamp is very good. That's nice. All right, relevant. I mean, it's not terrible. There's a Lily on top now. Okay. Could be worse. Could be better. I mean, Elspeth Skull Clamp is going to draw them infinite cards. Flame Slash my Courser of Crewfix. That's rather rude. Yeah, immediately draw 2. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Sword of Fire and Ice. All right. So let's draw the Lily. Let's play the Lily. Let's uptick. Milled 2 lands. Might as well play around Spell Pierce. And I guess bring back our Courser. With a Fintorn Elf on top. All right. I mean, by playing around Spell Pierce, I made it so I wouldn't be able to play a land off the top, but I don't know how relevant that truly was. Treachery my Courser. Okay. And they can kill Lily now by plussing Elspeth on one of their creatures. Seems like we're just drawing the wrong parts of our deck. This is probably a match where Casualties of War can come in, it looks like. Oh, that's right, they have the Sword of Fire and Ice as well. Oh, so we're just dead next turn. We know we're drawing the elf. Yeah, that's good enough for me to scoop. I mean, I guess I could have... I guess they have to kill Lily. So I guess I shouldn't have conceded. We had like one more draw with Recurring Nightmare. Maybe there was something I could do, but it just seemed unlikely. I don't think I'm going to make too many board changes. Just bring in the casualties and maybe cut... What? Rager? I guess Rager's pretty weak. All right, here we go. Game 2, round 3. And once again, a splendidly mana resource heavy hand. Holy moly. Too many things need to go right for me to keep this hand, right? I think we go down to 6. That's a little bit better for sure. think here what I'm going to do is pitch the Brutality and then hope for a good Mind Twist setup. So carry added into Questing Beast. Alright, they do want to daze again. They are very aggressive with their dazes. So I think we're going to wait. I think we're going to go Questing Beast into a Mind Twist for 4. Questing Beast into a Lily maybe too, depending on what they do here. Did not pay. All right, so no counter there. That's nice. Oust? Sure. I mean, they didn't have a counter last turn, but I'm actually going to lead with a Lily here. We knew the Questing Beast was going to get milled, but I think I'm okay with that. It was probably good to Mind Twist there as well, but man, getting a Planeswalker on the battlefield just feels so nice. Oh yeah, and now they've tapped out, so we get to Mind Twist away almost the entirety of their hand. If I draw a land, we get to Mind Twist everything away. Didn't, but let's start off with the Mind Twist for 4 out of 5 of their cards. Treachery, Crucible, Revelark, land. Now we get to return the Questing Beast to the battlefield. We get to send the Questing Beast at their face, hit them down to 11, the Zombie at Nahiri, and the Questing Beast will finish it off. And yeah, this is a brutal position for the opponent to try to come back from. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just going to be hard to beat. What did they have? Sword of Fire and Ice last time? I mean, that's not even good enough. Firebolt the Zombie, okay. Kozilek. Let's uptick. Mill the Sakura Tribe Elder into Forest. Let's hit them for 4. Let's play the Shaman, play the Elf. And that really should do her. I mean, they can play the sword and equip the equip their Stoneforge Mystic, but Questing Beasts don't care about that. In fact, they're just dead on board here, so I don't even need to do anything, right? I just attack with every... Oh, no, they can chump the Questing Beast. Is there a card I can tutor for that would kill them instead? Go get Gonti. It makes sense. Force them to chump the Questing Beast, attack with everything, put them to 2. That doesn't work, opponent. There you go. Uptick Lily, play a land, say go. Even if they have a Wrath now, we just return Questing Beast again. All right, we are going to game 3 of the final round. Let's see if we can pull off a trophy here with this lovely deck. Okay, game 3 here of the final round. Our hand is abysmal. Give me a channel hand, why don't you? Yeah, this hand's okay. Man, Lily would be so good at fueling the Emrakul, but... I guess we'll just pitch the Emrakul. Turn 1 elf, turn 2 elf, turn 3 questing beast. Something like that, I don't know. Who knows? Okay, pop the Delta. They've got access to Firebolt. But that was a Flame Slash. I can accept this. Ooh, do I want to Brutality their hand? I think what we want to do here is just get the Sakura Tribe Elder online, because that unlocks my questing beast next turn, if we want to do that. If they don't play anything this turn, I'm probably going to Brutality and take a peek. Okay, Stoneforge. There comes their Sword of Fire and Ice now. Oh, Skull Clamp, right, we forgot. Or rather, I forgot that they had that as well. Let's go get a Swamp, number 2. Let's play our land. I'm kind of okay just getting the Questing Beast online, I think. I mean, if they have days, they got me again, so be it. But if not, we start clocking them. Wall of Omens, that's not going to cut it. Questing Beasts don't care about your creatures. They can't block. Also, another funny thing is Nahiri can't exile Questing Beast. Yeah, good attack. I'm going to Gonti them here instead of Brutality. Ooh, and let's take a little Lightning Helix action. Seems good. They're missing lands right now, too, so cross our fingers. Let's hope that Questing Beast goes the distance. What does that do? In theory, that lets me Liliana this turn if I really wanted to, although I think what we're just going to do is go to combat, see if they have a Pestermite. Sure. Okay, that's fine. And now I think we're going to Brutality, pitching the Fauna Shaman and killing... Like, reveal their... Oh, 2 modes. Reveal their hand and kill the Pestermite. Okay, a lot of uncastable stuff. Wow, everything is uncastable. Holy smokes. They need multiple lands to even do anything. Like, they can play Sword of Fire and Ice here, but that's about it, if they didn't draw something better. Always good to get information in Magic. What they might do here is attack for 2 and then equip the Skull Clamp to the Wall of Omens, I guess? I'm not blocking, obviously. We can't, like, not giving them cards. Sure. Okay, let's attack for 4. Drew a land, so we get to play Lily here. I wonder why they didn't play Sword of Fire and Ice last turn and then equip this turn, because they'd be able to block the Questing Beast if they had. I mean, we just have lethal with Questing Beast attack for 4 plus Lightning Helix, right? Revelark is 6 to evoke? Yeah, they're pretty far away from that. We know 5 of the cards in their hand, 1 unknown card. So whatever that 1 unknown card is going to have to be fantastic. Okay, re-equip the Stoneforge with the Clamp. I accept. Yeah, just play out the sword. All right, GG's. Can't believe how much work Questing Beast did. Amazing. Even in Vintage, a card like Questing Beast going the distance. All right, and hey, you know what? I didn't actually expect a 3-0 with this deck, but here we are. We got to channel at least once, so that was nice. And it was on turn 2, even. I suppose I could have channeled this game as well, but it wasn't as good. All right, nice little way to end it there. Trophy with a green-black, whatever kind of deck you want to call this. I mean, I want to call it a recurring nightmare deck, but we hardly even did that too. So green-black stuff gets there again. Thanks for watching this edition of the Vintage Cube Draft here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next time.